of different tracks, and I said, you know, all this trouble we're having on these other tracks would be worth it if we could come home to Thunder Road and do what we had done in the past. You know, it's been a few years since we've really given the fans anything to cheer about, and today I think is maybe the beginning of a new era. Maybe we can get some of that back and maybe even a little more.
What's been the problem here at Thunder Road? Has it been difficulty dialing? You used to have a steel-bodied car dialed in at this place. Is it harder dialing the plastic cars in on this track?
Yeah, these cars are quite light, and they're also a little narrower, so it's a little harder. We're going faster too. I mean, there's a lot of people that run in the low 13s now, and the steel bodies we used to run around 13.6, 13.7. So even a bunch of the rookies are really sailing along out there. So it's tough, and you can't miss it by much here. If the chassis is off just a tiny bit, you look terrible. You go over that line real easy where you were close and then no cigar at all. So it's a tough track. And man, when you come in here, anyone who comes in here and wins, I think they'll consider it to be their favorite win, you know, because they know what they had to do to win it. You don't sit back and let the horsepower do the job. You work all the way around.
In today's race, you and Craven were out there. It looked like you were going to battle right on. Then the lap traffic came along. He made the move, got away, put a few lap cars between you, and you really had to wait for the caution to catch him.
Yeah, we had closed up a little bit. It didn't look like we were going to run him down. We were working the tires pretty hard, just closing what little bit we did. And without the caution, Ricky was gone. Ricky needed a break too. You know, he's had a tough time, and he's out in front, and my job is to beat him. But you know, I felt good for the kid, and I was kind of always saying, well, if someone's got to beat me, the kid's done a heck of a job. But my job is to go out and try and beat him. And finally, we get some opportunities to get around.
Does this turn it around?
Well, we've been competitive, and now the win ices it. That kind of gives us the credibility we need to go to these other tracks and be a bona fide contender.
You're happy?
Yeah, I'm like, Walter, is this really Thunder Road? Yeah, I'm very happy. I'm very happy I could, this is my first win from my sponsor, and I've had Berlin City for 3 years, and I've never got the man a win. And 3 years ago when I went to him, I sold him a bill of goods. I said, we're a good team, I'm a good driver, and I'm going to get some success for you. And you know, he's been real happy with the popularity of the team and everything, but like he said, he's never won a race, and this is his first victory as a car owner.
Those people on the hill made an awful lot of noise when you went across that line. Anything you want to say to them?
They've stuck with me, and that's what keeps you going. You know, people talk about retire when you get a little older, and I say, God, I can't. I just love coming up here. I love running in this area. I even moved to Vermont. I liked it so much. So I'm just glad they hung in there and kept pumping me up, made me come back.
Great, David. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good job, guy.
Thanks a lot.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That is super.
You know, once in a lifetime. So really next year we'll take a little time off and not worry about the Tour Championship, but still race it up around home so nobody forgets us, and then we'll see what happens in 1990.
Robbie, congratulations, and whatever you plan to do in 1989, the best of luck to you.
Thank you.
Robbie, have you ever won a race like this before?
No, and I hope I don't ever win another one like this. It's too hard on you, I tell you. It was quite a race, I tell you. We went off the track early in the race, and then car didn't work good after that, and I really couldn't decide what was wrong. So we pitted a couple of times and tried to change some things around, and nothing worked. So finally we changed tires, and that did the job. I mean, the car was flying after that. So it was, we were lucky that we finally hit a combination that would work, and by that time in the race, the other guys, you know, they'd run a long time on their tires, so we had a couple of things going our way. Number one, the car was working good, and number two, I was on fresh rubber, so it all worked.
Robbie, last year you won 5 races all year. The Coors Tour has reached halfway this season. This is your 5th win of the year. What's happening with the Turbo Blue team this year?
Well, I don't know. We've had to work hard for all of them too, and so it's just we've been fortunate to be in the right place at the right time and to stay in contention in some of the races that maybe we shouldn't have won, and you know, for one reason or another, somebody else had some problems, and you know, we earned a couple of them, but a couple of them came our way too. So we're pretty lucky.
I explained to him. By the time I talk, I think I relax, and that's very good for me. By the time Patrick, he said, Patrick told me, he said that you don't push the car too much. He said, no, we don't push. If we have the chance to go in the front on the beginning of the race or lead the race 150, that's a lot of money there. That's okay. But if you're not there, that's not a time to push the gas and try to use your tires. You need. I think I work good. I work slowly. I take my time, but after about 40 lap, 45, possible 60 lap before the end, I see the number 20, 21, 21, have some problem. I said, Patrick, that's the time we go to the race. But before I run about 16 flat, but at that time we run 15.7. If I use my tire before, I don't have the good tire for finish the race. But, I'll take a small advance on the Starby, and with the advance on Starby, I said, now we try to go in the end of the race.
When I talked to you this morning before the race, you thought this race was so important because if you did retire, you would use this race and has nothing to prove now.
No, you imagine 23 years ago we won the first race in opening days, and we win Catamount. About every Canadian fan, they know Catamount, but they come for one time or so many times too, But I think I prove, that we had the good car, the best car today, I think, but we finished in the front, and I think that's so important for me, especially when the last race.
John Paul, great congratulations to you, and so happy for you, and continued good success.
Thank you very much. So many people, they ask me when I take a decision, but I take a decision at the end of October, and I tell you, that's the first time I don't take the decision by myself. I have somebody from Molson or somebody from ACT, they give me a promise to be there at the meeting, but that's everybody made the decision, not especially myself.
Thank you again, John Paul.
Thank you very much.